Hey, friends. Welcome to April. All right. So, April is the month that sees the full beginning of spring. We are essentially moving into a movement of creation, at least in the Western Hemisphere. Everywhere we're hearing birds sing, flowers and leaves are coming out. And so this is a time of really fully ending that rest and restoration cycle of winter and moving into creation and rebirth. So today during this live, I'm going to provide you with a nervous system forecast, essentially like an expansion forecast, like what are the energies that you want to cultivate and to embody this month to essentially stay regulated and help your nervous system start to move into this phase of expansion. And then I'm going to provide you with an energy forecast that's going to include the color um, and the crystals and the stones to work with this month to really stay grounded, open, inspired as you move into this phase of creativity, creation, renewed vitality. And then at the end, I'm going to share with you a short but extremely powerful expansion practice using both nervous system regulation tools as well as energy medicine and the color of the month. All right, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Ilsa. I'm a total spiritual nerd, a boogworm, a dog mama. Professionally, for the last 20 so years, I've worked as a psychotherapist, an expansion expert, and a strategist for entrepreneurs and leaders. I teach my clients essentially how to rewire their nervous system, their lives, their bodies, and their businesses for easeful growth and results, deeply nourishing, peaceful, joyful profits and wealth without having to second guess themselves, without having to stress, without essentially sabotaging their progress and their process. At the end of this forecast, I will give you 2 opportunities for you and I to work together to unlock your nervous system and your wealth at a deeper level. If you so feel called, one of those offers is totally free, and then the other is paid. So we'll do that at the end. Okay, so let's get started. So as I tuned into the energy of April over the weekend, there's this sense of like sunlight coming back, like the light at the end of a tunnel. For a lot of us, it feels like the last few months, it felt kind of contracted, and there's like an opening happening here in the energy. So when I sense into my body, into my nervous system about what April is bringing forth for us and what April is asking of us, what I'm receiving is a sense of claiming this really luscious, delightful, alive energy of claiming yourself and claiming what you want. So it's an energy of like choosing, calling forth what you want, deciding that it is yours. There's an aliveness in this energy. There's courage. There's empowerment. Like the dormant embers are coming back to life. You are coming out of the cave of winter after hibernation. And even though you might feel a little low energy, a little tired, you're coming out. Like you're coming out. You're coming out deciding to live fully, to be yourself, and to have the life you want. So this energy this month and what the nervous system is really wanting is this upward and expansive movement, almost like a spiral. Like it's felt kind of tight, and now we're starting to really come into the upward expansiveness of it. And our body, our nervous system really wants to start to feel that. As I stated it, like I've seen in myself and with a lot of clients, I don't know if you can relate to this, but it feels like the energies over the last few months, like essentially since like December or maybe January, have felt kind of gnarly and heavy. A lot of people have reported feeling exhausted, blocked, overwhelmed. Um, and to some degree, we're still in that energy. We're in the coming out of it, but there's a shift happening. Something is opening and something is rising from inside your nervous system. Something that is choosing to live, that is choosing to create rather than hide. So, our big job this month, from our nervous system perspective, is to really support that that expansion and to notice when something in us is going back into that cave, when something in us is contracting, wanting to hide, and to really figure out and offer the support, the inspiration needed to step back into this. So, like, whenever you feel this, you step back into this. And you figure out, like, in these moments, you figure out, okay, what's needed here to come back into this. So, the first step I'm going to say here to support your nervous system to come out of hiding, to come in fully into this phase of creation and expansion, is I'm going to pick back up on something I talked about last month, which is essentially really deciding what you no longer want, what you no longer want to hang into, what you no longer want to take forward with you, and to look essentially like at what has been holding you back, weighing you down, whether that's beliefs, moods that you're indulging in, thoughts that are churning that you believe, people or habits that you're essentially feeding, and to start to really get clear what that is and do a real spring detox, do a spring cleaning, shed all that shit because it will hold you back from coming into this energy and it will keep you stuck into this energy. And so when you feel lighter, when you've made a decision where it's a different kind of claiming, like this is still a claiming that I'm no longer available for this. And so you decide what and claim what you're no longer available for. And that's going to create space and lightness to start to claim what you are available for, what you do want to experience more of in your life. So when you start to feel lighter because you've made this powerful decision that you're no longer willing to experience these things, you're no longer going to indulge these moods, you're no longer going to take this habit forward with you. When you feel lighter, you find that courage inside you to go for what you want. The word courage comes from the word cœur in French, which means heart. So courage is always going to emerge out of something that really lights you up, out of the desires that your heart truly has. And this courage is going to essentially pour out of you from that truth, from the truth of your desires. So when you shed what you no longer want, then you want to start to fill yourself with the courage and the determination that you have to move forward and to create and claim the life you want. Here's the thing most of us have to understand. It takes effort to move out of a phase and to get the momentum of a new life, a new possibility going. So to help anchor your nervous system, you want to feel like a felt sense of that desire, that determination, that claiming deep in your body. And you want to allow your nervous system to start to calibrate to this claiming, to this courage, and to start to feel safe with that expansion. Because right now, your nervous system is probably wired to feel safe with hiding and hibernating. And so if you stay in the hiding and hibernating, it's going to be like you've got a foot on the brakes every time you move forward. So what you're doing here is you're really embodying, anchoring in your nervous system, this felt sense of excitement, of determination, of claiming that desire. You want your desire to build this fire inside you that's going to allow your nervous system to start to relax with moving forward, essentially going to start to trust the momentum that is energizing and coming out of you rather than block it. So one of the things you want to ask yourself over and over, especially when you feel this thing or when you feel like there's almost a block in you coming into this momentum, into that claiming, is you want to ask yourself over and over, what does my nervous system need right now to feel safe claiming the life I want and to come out of hiding, out of hibernation? What does my nervous system, what do all my small parts inside me need to feel safe right now, claiming the life I want, claiming who I want to be, and coming out of hiding, coming out of hibernation? And over, you want to check in what would help me feel safe and supported in this expansion. The contractions you're going to encounter on your journey, they're not in the way. They're not the absence of expansion. They're actually literally a request from your body. They're a request from every young, small part of you, letting you know that something needs to either be let go of or something needs to find safety and support to be able to move forward. Here's the thing I want you to keep in mind. Everything in you wants to expand. And your job is to essentially figure out, what do you need to do to allow all these parts of you to feel safe and to feel supported and to feel almost permission to expand? So throughout this month, whenever you feel yourself losing steam, getting down, feeling constricted, feeling heavy, feeling like it's not happening for you, like that energy, victimhood, anything like that, you want to stop and you want to find out, what have you picked up, like picked back up, that is weighing you down, a mood, a belief, an energy, a habit, a person, and you want to release that once again. And then you want to get back into that sense of claiming, that sense of desire, and just figure out, what is inspiring me right now that I'm moving forward, and what does my nervous system need to feel safe, to feel supported, to claim that for myself and to keep moving forward. So that's your nervous system work. The energy is claiming, the energy is expansion, and the energy with the nervous system is finding safety and support so that you can literally come back into expansion over and over until expansion feels right. It feels safe. It feels normal in your body. Just keep in mind that courage always emerges from safety. Expansion emerges from regulation. So that's your core. You're not just trying to stay in expansion. You're trying to find that ground, that inexhaustible ground of safety within the expansion. Okay. That will allow your nervous system to really start to open, to stop blocking your progress, and to really help you start creating and receiving more from this place of ease, from this place of nourishment. So this was the nervous system forecast for the month of April. Now let's move into the frequency, the energetic frequency. When I was really feeling into the energy of April, what came to me was a robin egg. Something being in the process of being created and yet still in the egg, needing warmth, needing safety so that it can emerge in its full power, in its full completion in some ways. So the color for this month that I receive is robin egg blue. And just so you know what I'm talking about, I'm going to show it to you. It's kind of like a turquoise type of blue. It has a little edge of green in there. So it's almost like we're stepping out of the green into the blue, but we still have a toe in the green of last month's. This is a color, when I looked into the history of that color and the psychology of that color, it represents the throat chakra, which is obviously connected to self-expression, to creativity. It is also a color that represents both calm and force and strength. It has also been described as a color of good luck and protection. So this is the frequency of both calm and courage, of relaxing and being protected, and also of inspiration, motivation, and movement. And here's the thing I'm going to say to you. If this color doesn't resonate with you, then, and you can do this with me right now. If for some reason this color does not resonate with you, close your eyes for a second and think of spring, of flowers coming through the snow, of birds singing and flying around, creating their nests, of leaves popping out everywhere on trees, of sunlight and longer days, of baby animals getting ready to be born everywhere. And as you're thinking of this energy of spring, of this birthing, and this coming back, what color comes to you to represent this month? And don't overthink this. What's the first color that pops into your mind? So if robin blue does not work for you, then it's okay to find your own unique connection to this month and to work with that color instead. Your body knows what you need. Okay, so now I'm going to move into the stones and the crystals for this month. By the way, I have listed all of these in the description of this video, this training, this live. So you can like, if you don't know how to spell something, feel free to look it up. It's in the description. So the first stone I want to bring up today is aquamarine. And so I'm going to show you an example of it. This is aquamarine, the bottom one. It's kind of a light blue, transparent. Turn it around, you'll see it from a different. It's a beautiful color. It is a stone of self-expression and knowing. It is the stone of speaking your truth with clarity and conviction. It is a stone that connects the heart with the throat. So it brings the courage of the heart, the determination of the heart into the flow, the voice, the creativity of the throat. It is a stone that promotes healing of traumas and past hurts and brings peace. So it has this calming energy that quiets doubt and limiting beliefs, negative thoughts. And the other thing that's interesting with this stone is, in ancient lore, aquamarine essentially was believed to be the treasure of mermaids and to hold both the calm and the fierceness of the sea in it. And so it was used by sailors as a talisman for good luck, for fearlessness, and for protection. So that's the first stone you can work with this month to really kind of imbue this claiming and this courage while staying safe and protected. The second stone we're going to work with this month is the one I'm wearing, and that is Larimar, Larimar. And so this is a light blue with some white in there. Hold on. I'm going to remove it so you can see it a little closer. So not the stone in the center, the big stone. Light blue. It's beautiful, beautiful stone. So Larimar is kind of like the perfect stone for this month because interestingly enough, it is both obviously a deeply calming and healing stone, but it also embodies the energy of fire because it's created in and by lava. So it has both that tranquility and that peace, and it has that inspiration, that aliveness, that fire of the lava. So it's a great stone to use to identify and release self imposed limitations, self sabotaging habits and behaviors. And it's a stone that's used to help you find courage to take control of your own life. So it has both the sense of helping you ground yourself in that calm and that tranquility while finding the courage to and the empowerment to become that most powerful force in your life. It's known as a stone that will help you clear and release anxiety, fear, stress, doubt, while also helping you reconnect with your innate and childlike state of playfulness, of possibility, and enthusiasm. So, again, it is a stone that holds both, except that this one is a little more geared towards starting to move and starting to really start to create from this place of playfulness and possibility. And then the last stone I have for you today is blue apatite. So it's spelled Apatite. I think that's the way you say it. And this is kind of a lovely stone. It's got a little, especially if I'm looking at it in the video, it feels a little more green, but it has a lot of blue in it as well. Now, blue apatite is the stone of growth and inspiration. It will both help you develop your psychic gifts, and it actually also bought physically helps encourage new cell growth. It stimulates creativity and inspiration. I have, even when I was doing research on it, I saw it listed as um, the manifestation stone. Like a bunch of people use it for manifesting. It's a stone both of creativity and personal power. As the other stone do, it helps you clear away and release confusion, limiting beliefs, negativity, but it really also helps you step into that new, into that possibility to really activate creativity and courage and take action. So the stones I mentioned earlier, aquamarine and larimar, they're they're both mainly about regulation and liberation stones or phase. So, in case you don't know, when I talk about the nervous system, I speak about three levels of nervous system unlocking and growth: regulation, liberation, and expansion. So, in regulation, we're finding the ground of inexhaustible safety. In liberation, we're trying to be freed from all the wounds and blocks that have kept us small, that have kept us feeling unworthy, undeserving. And then in expansion, we're really stepping into that new life. We're stepping in being comfortable with more and anchoring our identity in more. So aquamarine and larimar are really about that regulation and liberation phase. But blue apatite really is the stone here of expansion. It's the stone that's going to help you claim the life that you want, not just release the old one. And it's going to help you stay balanced and grounded as you pursue your goals and start to move forward towards the life that you desire. So these are the three stones I have for you: the aquamarine, the larimar, and the blue apatite. Okay, so now let's move into today's practice. For this month, I want to use that symbol of that robin egg that I saw. And I want to lead us through this super powerful practice that's anchored in the mythology of the cosmic egg. And the cosmic egg mythology is also really related to the lower dantian in Chinese medicine, the place where we hold our power. So the mythology of the cosmic egg can be found all over the place. Egyptian, Babylonian, Polynesian. It's in so many different creation stories. And it's always a story around new life, new paradigm emerging out of and from the darkness. So you could do this practice standing if you want. I recommend, just because of the second part of the practice, I recommend more sitting. And what we're going to do, we're going to start with our hands in a diamond shape on our belly. And I'm going to show you what that looks like and where that goes. So this is my belly button, just so you can see. So we're going to start with our hands in this kind of shape where your thumbs are going to go between your belly button and your solar plexus, and your lower fingers are going to go right, like kind of like between your belly button and your pubic bone, right in the center of your belly. And you're going to kind of stay this way and put just a slight amount of pressure with your thumb and a slight amount of pressure with your index finger and the middle finger. And I say slight, gentle. And you're going to stay with this position throughout this meditation. I want to give you a little more background on these finger positions. This is all around Chinese medicine. So where your thumbs are between your belly button and your solar plexus is an acupressure point called CV11. And it's called the interior strengthening point. It helps you with finding your grounds, finding a sense of feeling safe in the nervous system. It's the point that helps you digest fear and other strong emotions. This is a point that tends to be, so this place between the belly button and the solar plexus is kind of where your vagus nerve, which is the main nerve of the nervous system, kind of like branches out and starts to feed into all the different organs. And so it's a very powerful point for feeling safe and grounding yourself and moving through strong emotions that are grounded in fear. Now, the other point where between our belly button and our pelvis in that lower belly, that is an acupressure point called CV5. It's called the Sea of Qi, and it's sometimes referred to as the conception vessel. It is a point that is used to balance our life force when we're in the process of bringing ourselves or something new to life. In Chinese medicine, it's a point that they use a lot for infertility treatment to help women get pregnant, essentially. But it's also a point that can be used to stimulate clarity and courage in the process of starting something new. It is also the point that's most directly related to that lower dantian in Qigong, which is the seat of your power. So when I'm going to take you through a practice and you're going to hold these points, and you're basically essentially holding safety, like the claiming that I am staying safe and I'm moving through any resistance as I bring my power forward and create something new into the world. So now as you're holding this gesture in this diamond gesture, if you have a chair and you have arms, you can just literally rest your elbows on the chair and just get really comfortable just holding that diamond on your belly. And so I want you to bring your attention towards your lower finger, where your middle fingers are touching, about an inch back into your body. I invite you to imagine an egg there. And for me, and all of you who resonate with that robin egg blue, I'm going to invite you to visualize it in that color, that robin egg blue, that turquoise color between the green and the blue. And if you got a different color to represent spring and that rebirth, then I want to invite you to use that color. So imagine an egg right behind your middle fingers in the color of spring, whether it's blue or something else. And imagine that this egg is protecting something in you and in your life that is slowly taking shape, slowly growing, building, getting ready to hatch. And so I'm going to invite you to start taking some deep breath here, breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the mouth. And with every in-breath, it's like you're pulling forward every ounce of courage. You're pulling forward, you're claiming, you're desiring, your determination to create something new. And with every out breath, you're pouring that claiming, that courage, that aliveness into the egg, activating it. So breathing in, pulling forward your courage, the heart strength of your desire, and breathing out, pouring that claiming, that courage into the egg, activating it. And after a few breaths, you start to see the egg glow. So it's glowing brighter and brighter. Either that blue is starting to glow or whatever color you decided on. And now you notice that the egg is actually also starting to grow. So with every breath, with every activation, with every out breath, the color of your egg is getting more vibrant and your egg is expanding. And so now this egg is filling your whole belly and stomach area. And then it's filling your pelvis and your heart. And then your legs and your throat. And then your knees and feet and face. Now this egg is permeating your whole body. And the color of it is filling your whole body. Moving through your blood, moving to every organ, filling every cell, moving into the marrow of your bones. And now the egg is actually continuing to increase. And it's surrounding you. The color overflowing out of you, the egg moving around you. And you find that you are the one in the egg. You are the one getting ready to hatch. And so take a few deep breaths here, allowing yourself to be filled and surrounded by that robin egg blue, or that color that represents the month of April. And just breathe in that color and breathe out that color. And here you are in the egg, filled with this color, and you feel both the calm and the protection and the safety of the egg, but also the courage, the abundance, the excitement of new possibilities. And so from this place of being in the egg of your own becoming, feeling grounded, protected, supported, and yet also awake and inspired to what's coming, I'm going to ask you a question. And I want you to allow your body, your heart, your nervous system, the egg itself, to answer. Who will you be when you come out of your shell? What will you choose to claim, to embody, to do, and to have? Who will you be when you come out of your shell? What will you choose to claim, to embody, to do, and to have? And said in other words, what is it that you're claiming and creating for yourself and your life in the coming months? And allow yourself to feel that courage, the energy of that decision, that choice, the energy of that claiming. Who will you be when you come out of your shell? And what will you choose to claim, embody, do, and have? And just feel the truth of that in your body, like it's rooting and moving through your body, growing in your own body. And so once you've claimed that, I invite you to take 3 deep breaths right here. Once again, breathing out through your mouth as you pour that claiming, that decision, that becoming into the center of yourself, in the core of the egg. And then when you have done that, allow the egg to gently start to come back to its original shape, held safety in your core, where it can do its final gestation, knowing that this new seed, this new possibility, this new you and this new life is starting to root and grow deep within you. And then slowly wiggle your fingers and your toes. Maybe blink your eyes open and closed a few times and start to come back to this reality, to this moment, knowing that you're coming back a more expanded version of you. And I want to invite you to just take both your hands. You can release that diamond shape and place one hand on your belly and one hand on your chest. And here, take another 3 deep breaths, connecting that power, that new life in your belly with the courage of your heart. And then after these 3 breaths, just releasing it, dropping your hands, like surrendering this entire rebirthing to the co-creating universe. So that was today's practice and today's forecast. If you found this nervous system and energy forecast informative and expansive, if the practice was powerful for you, then please share it with others. Tag friends, share the link, whatever feels right. And then I'm going to end with giving you my 2 offers that I have for you if you want to go deeper into this rewiring and expansion journey. So if you're ready to expand out of that contraction, out of that hiding and hibernating, out of that heaviness of the energy that's been happening over the last 3 months, then, and you want to do some really deep work around repairing, reprogramming your nervous system for more, so you can achieve, grow, receive more with ease and enjoyment, then I would love to work with you. And so here are the 2 offers I have for you today. The first one is for everyone and it's totally free. And that's my Wired for Wealth mini course. So I created this course that comes with a deep dive training to help you really understand and unlock your nervous system. And then 4 guided practices. I took these practices right out of my vault of practices that my clients have access to. And so that's there to help you to start to really ground in that inexhaustible safety that we all need to start to regulate the nervous system. And then it allows you to start to come into liberation and expansion. So these practices are there to really start the work with you. And if you want that, all you got to say is put mini course, write mini course in the comments, and I will just send you the link. And for those of you who want to go deeper, and want something that's really custom to them, then my second offer is for you and I to do a session together. And for me to actually lead you through that rewiring and expansion experience. So it's 90-minute, I call it my Wired for Wealth intensive. It's 90-minute one-on-one with me. It's basically more than 50% off of my regular prices for those. And then during this intensive, we're going to explore and discover the unique nervous system wounds and blocks that are holding you back and limiting your growth and your receivership. And then I'm going to teach you my step-by-step process. I actually call it hatching, which is a really interesting with today's practice. My step-by-step hatching process to essentially unlock your nervous system's power and to come back into regulation, liberation, and expansion, both in your life and in your business. So this intensive is an absolutely life-changing experience. It's an expansion experience. It's not a sales process. And it's here to help you become the most loving, peaceful, and powerful force in your life and business, and to give you a really clear roadmap of how to get out of your own way and how to get out of that sense of contraction so you can fully actualize your potential. And then at the end of this 90 minutes, if you decide that you want to do some more work, then I will give you a couple different options to fit your needs and your budget. To find out more about this intensive, just click the link in the description of this forecast. The price is $157, so you have a sense of it. And I would just love to help you succeed massively in life, in leadership, in work, in wealth, in a way that feels really nourishing, joyful, easeful to you, from your soul all the way to your bank account. All right, that's what I have for you. I'm wishing you a wonderful month of April. Mwah.